Okay, I accept that. Okay. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Grace, Peace, and Balance radio show or podcast by Gabi Abdelgadir. And this is episode 77. And I have a guest for you, that someone that just looking at her brings me happiness. I don't know what it is about her. Her smile is infectious, and she is an incredible woman who is so positive about life. And I will read her bio for you. So Kelly was born to empower and inspire. Her magnetic spirit makes her naturally inclusive and one of the most positive people you will ever meet. Yes. She is insightful and has a powerful, let's get this done way of living. She invests in her own personal development, which is true. I know about that very well. So she can serve others at the highest level. Kelly is the founder of Inspired from the Inside Out, which is the title of this episode. She is a global entrepreneur and integral collaborator, connecting people to business solutions and projects worldwide. Kelly believes that when we lift each other's up, we lift ourselves. When we lift others up, we lift ourselves. Her unbelievable love of life and family inspires everyone who knows her. She lives with intention and parents with intention alongside her amazing husband, Eric. Yes, he is amazing. Together, they are raising four vibrant spirits, loving each other while continuously working to be the best living examples in their children's lives. Understanding it's not the years in a life, that is her motto. It's not the years in a life, it's the life in the years. Welcome to my podcast, beautiful soul,
Queen,
Kelly.
thank you for having me. And I want to turn it back to you because you're an amazing woman. It's been such a pleasure to get to know you and be able to experience and observe just how you show up and touch people's lives. They get to have the privilege of exchanging pathways
Oh.
with you. You're incredible. I just love you and a fan of just a fan of you from the bottom of my heart.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so let's get started. I know who you are right now, what you're like right now, but I would love like a short summary of what you were like growing up.
What I was like growing up, I I would say I I was a good
Naughty?
summary.
Were you naughty? Were you a
You know what?
tomboy or
I was very, very, very spirited. I brought a lot of energy and a lot of color and a lot of spirit into the household. And
okay,
my parents would tell you that.
okay.
I you could maybe describe me as a bolt of lightning. I would just, come into a space and with all of this,
I
and it
know.
would be like, oh my God, what just happened? Who was that? And she is something. That would be it.
What about in
Yeah.
school? Did you ever get in trouble or anything?
Oh yes, I had along with the spirit, I would say there was I chose the most of the decisions I made were character building decisions.
Okay.
Very seriously. I tested the limits. I pushed the limits. I was I did all right in school, but no, I made adventurous decisions most of the time.
Okay, can you give me like one story, like example where like you did something and you got in trouble in school?
What one?
I know, just
Okay.
one. Yeah.
You know, one example would be, I mean, there were times when, maybe I didn't show up at school, but one, a number of those,
Uh-huh.
but one example would be when I was in sewing class
Okay.
and I should have had 100 in this class.
Mhm.
But the thing was, when it came to tests, you had, no matter what, the instruction was to follow the pattern.
Yeah.
Only I would buy the pattern I wanted, and I'd look at the pattern, I'm like, well, this is stupid. So I would make my own pattern.
Okay.
And by make my own pattern, I would just figure out in my head and make it.
Okay.
And she had to dock me points because I didn't,
Follow
I
the
made it, but I
instruction.
didn't follow the instructions. And I remember and I loved my teacher, but I really thought it was irritating. So I encouraged some of the underclassmen in my class to do the same thing. And and they did. And anyways, that didn't go over too well. And another example would be when I was an upperclassman. So I don't know if it's the same in Canada, the States, but in the States, high school, you're a freshman, sophomore, junior, senior. So underclassmen is freshman and sophomore, upperclassmen is junior and senior. Well, when we were seniors, we sold tickets to the swimming pool, to our high school swimming pool, to all the freshmen coming in. Well, here's the kicker. We didn't have a swimming pool at our high school.
Oh my goodness. And you were trying to sell a ticket?
I didn't try. We did. We sold it. We made money.
Oh,
yeah.
my
Like that was, but I mean, when I was a freshman, we had seniors doing things to us, whatever. And so it was just like the rite of passage. I mean, I never made decisions that would, hurt anybody, but it was like, I mean, now granted, it was like, I don't know if they spent their lunch money or not, but it was like, hey, you want a pool pass? And we'll do a group ticket. And we'd be
Oh my God.
like,
Did you make good money
we
selling
did.
those tickets?
We did all right. And so we could use the money because as seniors, then you had the privilege to actually leave school grounds with your parents okay, like to go get lunch and come back, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that was a big deal. So we used the money to go get lunch at Burger King or Subway, or I don't know where we would eat, like wherever, Taco Bell or whatever you could go cheap and eat, right? As a high school student. Yeah.
But you didn't get in trouble of any kind doing that.
They tried to get us in trouble because there were some
because there was no swimming pool
that were
right?
sad. You're right. Yeah. But it was like, well, who took the money? Well, there was like a lot of us. So how is the principal going to make us pay it back? Yeah. They couldn't. And no, none of us told on each other. But other than that, or sometimes cutting class was pretty good.
Yeah.
There's,
okay. Yeah, but I can see there was some naughtiness in there. It's your eyes. Something about your eyes, like you were really.
I have other stories.
I know. We're gonna leave that for another day. So tell me. And then you were in the U.S., right? You lived in the U.S. When did you move to Canada?
Eric, my husband, Eric. You know Eric, and for those of you, my husband and I have 4 amazing spirits that we're raising. This July, we're in 2021. So July 18th will be our 5-year mark of being here in Canada. And we moved here from Denver, Colorado.
Okay. What was the decision that made you move here in Canada?
Actually, Eric and I, prior to moving here, we've spent 12 of the 17 years together at that time, moving about, we moved 12 times.
Oh,
and
my God.
we've
Why?
lived,
because of his job?
He's a civil engineer, and the company he was previously with, he was good at what he did. So they would plant him where it made sense financially for the company, and then we'd go, and it was super fun. So for us, having lived, absolutely, it's an adventure.
Of move, and the kids would like it, like leaving their old school, their friends, and then moving to a new one. They were fine with that.
Well, mind you, their ages, right? Right now they're 17. The oldest is 17. So 5 years ago, the oldest was 12. So most of the moves were done when, prior to us having kids.
Yeah.
So it was the biggest move for them when we were in Kansas over 10 years ago. From there to come back, we've moved back and forth to Colorado several times, but our oldest, Quinlan was 2nd grade at the time. So that was a move, but they were so used to going to the mountains. It was like, they were like, they were okay. Yeah. They were okay. The big move was went from there to here, because that's the spot that they knew the longest. Our most recent project in Denver was 5 years, which was significant. We had not been anywhere for 5 years. So we knew, regardless of where we were moving, that was going to be a big deal, because our oldest was in 7th grade at the time. And as far as we're concerned, you know, home is where Eric and I are. It's where we make it. And Acon Construction, a Canadian construction company, found my husband and ended up in conversations. And we thought, why not? You know, everything's temporary. We'll go for the experience. And if it's really god awful, then we'll say no thanks and we'll go somewhere else. So
it's been great. Yeah, I'm glad you came though. We would have never met if you hadn't moved to Canada, right? So I'm so glad. I know that is so incredible. We're so blessed to have you here.
Well, thanks.
Let's talk a little bit about you are an entrepreneur.
Yes.
And then you're huge into personal growth because you're part of the High Five Club that you're like every evening you're reading Think and Grow Rich at 8 o'clock Eastern time, right?
8 p.m. Eastern time, Tuesdays, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But yeah, Monday through Friday, we've been doing it for well over a year now.
Well over a year, you and your partners, Lester Bailey and Patricia Lynn Stokes. Yeah, so.
Samantha Glass.
Samantha, Samantha Glass. Yeah, so you, Samantha Glass, and Lester Bailey, the three of you, have been doing it for over a year now. You must have mastered Napoleon Hill and his Think and Grow Rich book by now.
I don't think it's possible to master it, because
yes, I know.
As you know, living in a growth mindset, right? We're continuously evolving.
Yeah.
And you know, I guess the shape of the best versions of ourselves is constantly shifting, and rightfully so. You know, we've got to be fluid and be able to adjust to what is going on in our lives. So definitely, as far as applying his principles and taking to heart all the pieces and principles of his success that he spells out, it makes a difference.
It makes, Which chapter is your #1 favorite?
Oh, I would say the subconscious mind, because for me, the power is in our internal thoughts.
Yeah, that is that. For me, it's faith. The chapter on faith is my favorite. I don't know why, like that chapter, I had to read it so many times. Okay, any other books you've been reading? Did you read The Science of Getting Rich, or am I just
Yes, no, The Science of Getting Rich, Atomic Habits. I read that a year ago, and I'm going to be picking that up again by James Clear.
Yeah,
and I'm a huge.
That is alone though. You do that on your You do that on your Inspired from Inside Out. Okay, the Atomic Habits. You did the 4 Agreements.
Yep. 4 Agreements. There's now you're let's see. Dale Carnegie's How to Win and Influence Friends, Science of Getting Rich, The Richest Man in Babylon.
You read The Richest One, and you did it like in your page?
This is a while ago. Acres
really?
of Diamonds.
Yeah,
I'm going to be picking all of these back up. Actually, funny enough, been thinking about it, but I've had I've had some personal requests sent my way to please do it. So I'm like, okay, I got.
Which one though? Which one are you gonna do?
I'm going to start with Atomic Habits.
Habits, yeah. Okay, okay. I'm reading The Richest Man in Babylon right now. And it's incredible, isn't it? Like, well, all the books I know, like all the books like we've been reading are incredible. So, so that is that. So how do you help people?
You know what? I think most simply put, I help people by getting to know them and listening to who they are and what they're doing and what they're looking to do.
Yeah, what they're looking to do. And then like people like you, like Samantha, like Tommy Williams, who have kids, and you guys are entrepreneurs, and you still have to do all the motherly thing, like you need to take care of the cooking, you need to take care of this, you need to take care of clients, you have to interview people, and then you have to deal with clients, you have to look for clients and all that. And so you like inspire other mompreneurs who are like stressed out. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
what is like one advice you give to entrepreneurs who have, especially now because all the kids are now homeschooled? Can you imagine like having 3, 4, 5 kids with each one of them with a laptop, being homeschooled because they would be in different grades, and then you have a business to run at the same time, you have to do the breakfast, and then you have to do the snack in between, and you have to watch them so they don't be gallivanting, they need to focus on their classes, right? Period. And you have to keep watching them at the same time. Then it's a snack time when they have like that little break, and then it's lunch time, and then it's another snack time, and then it's dinner. Like, it is this, but you, all of you seem to be doing an incredible job. Like, if one or two tips you want to give to mompreneurs who are going through the same thing.
I would say, I will always go back to habits. What, habitual design, right? We are the architects of how we are set up day in and day out. And so compartmentalizing is, I think, a necessity because, I've got 4 kids who are all remote learners. They have been all year. And I, as an entrepreneur, working out of the home, I have created oh my God, I can't even talk. Well, a schedule, but I have rotating, all of my kids have a rotating lunch between 11:30 and 1:30 every day. So I don't work. There are some days the younger one may not come down till closer to noon. So then I can have a little bit more working time then, but I don't schedule anything Monday through Friday, which is fantastic. But, the ages of the kids, it's just knowing, compartmentalizing is, your day, when they're at school, you have a window of time and it's, you can choose to not have it interrupted. So, people say prioritize. Yes, you do need to prioritize, but learning the tools to compartmentalize is, for me, what I would say is key. Because when you're dealing now, the ages of mine, I'm not dealing with snack time. If they have a break, they know when they can walk away from their classroom and come and grab a snack and take it upstairs with them. But if I had little ones, then what part of the day is going to give me the most focus for if I need to interview, if I'm needing to have serious business conversations. There is a time of the day that's going to be way more effective and efficient for me to follow through on that than there would be at another time of the day, simply based on the kids' schedule. Now you say, you like another tip, some individuals, because they may not be entrepreneurs, so they have more of a conventional time frame they're working within, then it's just a matter of, going back to the habitual design, setting up, if you have kids at home, setting their day up for success for minimal distractions and disruptions to what your schedule is. So sometimes for me, that habit would be, here's all the kids' snacks already pre-set up, pre-organized for the week. There's different things to do there.
And then just waking up maybe like an hour earlier so that you could set up your day, like that is one of the things that I do. Excellent. Okay, so before we describe for me Inspired from Inside Out, like in 3 sentences. That is your title, that is who you are. Inspired from you created, that's your title, right? Inspired from Inside Out. So describe that to me like in 3 sentences. What does
living
it mean
your best life
you?
as the best version of yourself?
Oh, that is so cool. Okay. Excellent. I'm so happy like I have you today. So I always have a habit of asking different questions. So I'm going to ask you two questions. The first one is, what are the 3 countries you would love to visit before you die? Countries, not cities. 3 countries you would love to visit before you die. That would mean a lot to you and that you would love to visit.
Africa.
Yeah, but Africa is a continent. What countries?
Oh yeah, I would say I would like to go. I would actually specifically like to go to Afia, and where my
Where?
aunt Afia
Where is
in
that?
Senegal, where my aunt
Yeah,
and
okay.
uncle spent time. Actually, the year that we moved here, they were there for a couple years in the Peace Corps.
Okay.
And
Senegal,
I
okay.
would love to go visit the families that we got to meet vicariously through WhatsApp.
Okay.
I would love to meet them, and I would love
Okay.
to go there.
Okay, that's
Another
one.
country, I would love to go to. I really would love to go to Singapore.
Okay.
I just would. I just would. I just want. Yeah, I like all over. I just would love to travel.
Okay.
Yep, and then Dubai.
Dubai, that's the United Arab Emirates.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, good choices. Well, I haven't been. I worked in Abu Dhabi for 7.5 years, right?
Yeah.
So we used to spend our weekends in Dubai. It's like a little less than 2-hour drive from Abu Dhabi. Abu Dhabi is the capital city of UAE, and we used to drive. Dubai is like used to be, oh my goodness. Abu Dhabi is such a beautiful city, but it's more of a business city. It has everything but like the party life, the restaurants with bands, and they still have them in Abu Dhabi, but Dubai was different. I don't know now. People tell me things are different, but it's absolutely beautiful. So you need to go there. Tell Eric that.
Oh, we will be going with the kids.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
you will love it.
To
Yeah,
everywhere.
you definitely will love it. So, okay, the last question would be, if you have a dream, one thing that you really want to accomplish before you die, what would it be? Before you die.
Inspire, like significantly holding a global, being a global figure that has significantly inspired the next generation of free thinkers.
Whoa, that is powerful. Amazing. Good job. Thank you so much. So yeah, my God, that was so much fun. I would love to have you again another time. And
I would love to be back.
Yeah, and we're going to talk about different subjects. So thank you so much for being on my show, Kelly. Love you. You're such an inspiration. Yeah. Okay, so everybody, until the next episode, stay safe. Wishing you grace, peace, and balance. God bless.
Thank you, Gabby.